Good morning, gentlemen. Happy weekly sip day.
How's it going?
Good morning, everybody.
I gotta get my
Good,
sip.
doing good. Love it. So today we wanted to talk about some estate planning strategies. But first, want to give a quick overview of what the estate tax is and what the current limits are. So in 2024, that's 13, little over 13.6 million of your estate. If you pass away, if you have an estate that is below that, you don't have a federal estate tax problem. But if it's above that, that estate will be subject to 40% tax. So we want to talk about what will happen in 2024, 2025, that's going to 13.9. And then in 2026, there's currently a sunset set that will actually half that exclusion amount. And this 13.9 for 2025 is per person. So if you're married, double that. Uh, so, Skylar, I know you had a lot of stuff to talk about on this topic. So I'll kick it off to you to just bring in some topics.
Yeah, I love how they use such friendly terminology like sunset. It makes it sound sunsets are beautiful. Who doesn't like a sunset? But when you are actually reducing half of the tax benefit that is currently available, it's not so great.
But
But that amount, the estate tax exclusion is a lifetime amount that you're able to actually that you would die with or that you're allowed to give away during your lifetime combined. So it's not really that you can die with the $13.6 million dollars without it being subject to tax. That's the amount of money that you're allowed to die with without being subject to tax or give away during your lifetime, except there is a an amount that is an annual exclusion amount that you can give away without being subject to having to file a gift tax return, which would then basically document that you're reducing your 13 your lifetime amount each year. So in 2024, that's a $18,000 that you can give away, and that's increasing to 19,000 in 2025. So anybody can give away $18,000 without having it count against that lifetime amount. Um,
the 18,000, that's per person, right? That's not,
yeah,
if I give you 18,000, that doesn't count. If I give Tucker 18,000, that doesn't count against me. But if I give you 19, that would count. So
if you
that's,
gave me 19, then now you got to file a gift tax return, and $1,000 would then be reduced from my the that lifetime amount. So, but married couples can give away twice that amount because this is per person to their children. So if it's you have two sons, then hey, now you have and two parents, then each of your sons can get 36,000. And if you really like their spouses, then you could double that again for $72,000 to that family. And then if they have children, you could spread it out that way. And then another thing that is kind of a good way around this, or as if you were really trying to accelerate the amount that you're giving away because you have this estate tax problem and want to avoid 40% tax, is get payments to educational institutions or medical organizations are not subject to these to the annual gift tax exclusion amount, or they don't count as gifts. Period. That's just a payment for healthcare or for education for whoever you're paying for. It doesn't count as a gift. So grandkids, it is tuition season coming up. That would be a good way to accelerate your gifting as well.
yeah, great points. Great points. And when I think through the ability to give, I always think about 529s because of the unique structure that comes with that. Tucker, do you have any advice for people thinking through whether to give first to a 529 or directly to a tuition? What's the pros and cons of going that route?
Yeah, sure. So I think 529s obviously offer a bunch of benefits. when the savings is being done and conducted, probably, when there's a little bit longer of a time horizon, can really save up over the years, let that invest, let that grow. So a 529 might be very beneficial for a situation like that. Um, However, maybe when you are looking at it from the standpoint of like you're actually enrolled in the higher education, um, then it probably would make more sense to just go around the 529 and make the payment directly to the institution. Um, but, and then, kind of going back to what Skylar was saying in terms of the annual gift tax exclusion, is 529s also offer the opportunity for a one lump sum gift to be made with, 5 years of the annual gift tax exclusion. So, for instance, if, you have a 10-year-old grandson, you want to just put one lump sum in there. You could do 5 years worth of the annual gift tax exclusion, 18,000 a year. That would give you could make a $90,000 one-time contribution to the 529, which, the benefits would be it's all sitting in there at one time. It's all getting the opportunity to grow for a longer period of time. So yeah, definitely pros and cons to both, I would say.
Yeah, because if you had to spread it out over that course of that 5 years, and then you have less time for compounding, which is tax
Yes.
free
Yep.
when the money's actually eventually going to be used for education, or now in 2024 and later could be converted a portion of that to Roth IRA assets. So um, if there is a state benefit, though, some of the states offer tax deductions up front, which have limits. If you make that lump sum contribution, like for Maryland, for example, if you made a lump sum payment, you're still capped at the tax deduction. But I believe you could actually get a carry forward for that tax deduction. So if it's $2,500 in the state of Maryland, uh, you know, then if you make that lump sum contribution, you get 2,500 in the year that you make the contribution, but then you can carry that forward in the next couple of years. So,
Right.
but just important things to consider for trying to reduce your estate tax liabilities. And it's not something that you can do all at once, but you have to kind of think through year after year and be very strategic and calculating about doing it, because 40% is a steep amount, and ultimately, I believe that most people want their their legacy and their lifetime their life savings to be able to go to their loved ones or whoever they decide they want it to go to, and not necessarily just paid in tax.
Agreed. It's a
Agreed.
great topic.
All right, guys, have a great day.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Appreciate it.